I recently walked the annual pilgrimage to San Xavier mission with the old Pueblo Chapter of the American Pilgrims on the Camino. We are a group connected by a love and longing for the Camino de Santiago. We have all either walked the pilgrimage across Spain a time or 2 or 10, or hope to someday. It was my 3rd year walking this 10-mile trek that starts at St. Augustine Church and follows the Santa Cruz River down through South Tucson. It was my 1st year, joined by my newly adopted 4-legged daughter, Lily. I've started calling myself a pilgrim almost like a title on my resume, but I often wonder what separates a pilgrim from someone who simply likes to walk. Perhaps we are all searching for something, an answer that can only be found by following sacred paths carved out through thousands of footsteps that came before us. When you're on the Camino, you often hear people talk of loved ones lost, or a divorce that severed a before and after into their well-laid plans. Some people just know they need to walk, and they don't cling to any outcome. Long before I walked my own Camino in 2022, I had accepted the fate that my sister had likely passed, and I would never know what happened. I wanted the Camino to bring me peace with a story that had no closure. In life's mysterious irony, after being estranged for over a decade, I sat beside my sister as she died less than 3 months after I reached Santiago. But that's a story for another day. We walk because we hope that answers will come from putting one foot in front of the other, a sort of moving meditation that is both intently focused on a destination and an aimless journey that always leads you back to yourself. I didn't know many of the people who chose to walk this year's pilgrimage to San Xavier. Perhaps I could have asked their names, perhaps they could have asked mine. But the Camino doesn't force friendships. You trust that whoever is meant to join you on your journey will cross your path again. The others will fade away with a simple Buen Camino. It's a sweet kind of farewell that leaves room for the road to lead you back to each other, should your fates align. Buen Camino is also a way to create solitude. You choose to break free from the pack and follow your own rhythm. Solitude allows you to feel the wind on your skin, hear the birds that were likely singing all along, but you couldn't hear them till isolation left space for their songs. Our group requests permission to walk through the lands of the Tohono O'odham Nation, across their farmland and through a hidden back way into the mission. This feels like complicated language to get right. This is, after all, a pilgrimage through occupied lands between 2 churches that hold a haunted history in this part of the world. Walking a Camino in southern Arizona, heading southbound, makes it painfully obvious what a privilege we hold. The privilege of setting foot in any direction we choose with only our desire between us and our destination. Walking gives you time to notice, to wrestle with the uncomfortable voices in your head. And then you arrive. The cathedral in the distance becomes the church tower above you. A rejoice of congratulations, a mandatory photo, the relief that you've arrived, and all that remains is a cold drink, a warm meal, and a hot bath.